I can't shake off the memory of that fateful evening when I ventured into the local Pizza Hut and had an encounter that shattered my understanding of reality. It was an ordinary night, rain drumming on the windows, the neon sign flickering eerily against the dark canvas of the night. Little did I know that seemingly harmless night would soon unravel into a nightmare beyond my imagination. Entering the restaurant, I was met with the familiar scent of freshly baked pizza mixed with the tangy aroma of tomato sauce. The place was nearly empty, save for a couple of diners hunched over their slices and quiet conversations. My eyes locked onto an empty booth at the far corner, an ideal spot for solitary dining. I took a seat, the cracked red vinyl squeaking beneath me. As I perused the menu, a sense of unease crept up on me. The lighting seemed a bit dimmer than usual, casting long shadows that danced along the walls. I waved off my unease as mere paranoia and turned my attention back to the menu. After a few minutes, a server, a young woman with a strained smile, approached my table. "Hello, welcome to Pizza Hut. Can I take your order?" she asked, her voice wavering slightly. I ordered my usual, a pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, and she jotted it down on her notepad. Her eyes darted around nervously, as if she were expecting something ominous to happen at any moment. "Is everything all right?" I inquired, my curiosity piqued by her peculiar behavior. She hesitated, then leaned in as if to share a secret. "Listen, there's something you need to know. This place, it's not what it seems after dark. Just be careful." Before I could probe further, she scurried away, leaving me alone with her cryptic warning. My initial skepticism wavered as I glanced around, suddenly aware of the uncanny silence that enveloped the restaurant. The air felt heavy, like a tangible pressure squeezing at my chest. My pizza arrived soon after, placed on the table with a soft thud. The server's words still echoed in my mind, but hunger outweighed my apprehension. I bit into a slice, savoring the familiar blend of flavors, but even the taste couldn't mask the disquiet I felt. As I continued to eat, I noticed something odd. My booth seemed to be positioned in such a way that I could barely make out the other customers. Were there even other customers anymore? The silence was oppressive, each bite punctuated only by the distant rumble of thunder and the tap-tap of rain against the windows. A flicker of movement caught my eye, and I turned to see the server again, standing near the entrance, her gaze locked onto something outside. Following her line of sight, my heart leaped into my throat. A figure stood in the rain, their features obscured by shadows and the curtain of water. They appeared motionless, as though waiting. The server's lips trembled, her expression a mixture of fear and bewilderment. I glanced back at my pizza, my appetite replaced with a gnawing sense of dread. With each passing second, the figure outside seemed to grow closer, their form gradually becoming clearer as they approached. Panicking, I reached for my phone to dial the police, but my fingers betrayed me, fumbling clumsily over the touchscreen. When I finally managed to dial, the server rushed over, her eyes wide with terror. "Don't call the police," she hissed urgently. "It won't help." My heart raced as I locked eyes with her. "What do you mean? Who is that?" She hesitated, then leaned in closer, her voice barely audible above the storm outside. "That figure. It's what happens when the abyss within this place awakens. It's been dormant for years, but it's never truly gone." I couldn't comprehend her words. The abyss? Dormant? Was this some twisted prank or delusion brought on by stress? The figure outside was now just beyond the window, rain streaming off their soaked clothes, revealing pale, clammy skin underneath. Their eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity as they stared at me. I couldn't tear my gaze away. Fear held me captive. The server's trembling hand touched my arm, jolting me back to reality. You need to make a choice. Leave now and never return, or face the abyss. The server's dire warning clashed with my instinct to escape. I stumbled out of the booth, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. Without another thought, I bolted for the door, feeling the figure's eyes on me the entire time. Rain slapped against my face as I raced through the parking lot, my footsteps splashing in puddles. Glancing back, I saw the server still standing in the doorway, her gaze fixed on me, a mixture of sadness and pity etched into her expression. Days turned into weeks, and I tried to push the memory of that night to the back of my mind, but it refused to fade. It haunted my dreams, an indelible mark on my psyche. The figure's eyes bore into my thoughts, a constant reminder of the terror I'd witnessed. I returned to the Pizza Hut one day, the sun casting a warm glow on the building, trying to convince myself that the darkness I had encountered was nothing more than a trick of the mind. But when I stepped inside, the server was nowhere to be found, and the atmosphere was tense, the air laden with an unshakable sense of dread. I took a deep breath and approached the counter, hoping to find answers, but a different server greeted me. Their eyes held a vacant quality, as though they were merely going through the motions. "Can I take your order?" they asked, their voice monotone. I glanced around, the restaurant's normal chatter now replaced by an eerie silence. The booth where I had sat on that fateful night was empty, but the shadows seemed to coil around it, whispering secrets I couldn't understand. "No, thank you," I stammered, backing away slowly. The server's gaze followed me, unblinking, until I reached the exit. As I stepped back into the sunlight, relief washed over me, but even the warmth of the day couldn't erase the cold grip of fear that had taken root in my heart. The abyss, the figure, the server's warnings, they were all a part of a puzzle I couldn't decipher. I never returned to that Pizza Hut again. The memory of that night remains with me, a constant reminder that darkness can lurk even in the most mundane places, that there are depths of fear within us that we can't fathom until we're forced to confront them. The figure's eyes continue to haunt my dreams, a symbol of the unknown horrors that can lie just beneath the surface of the ordinary. And though I've tried to move on, I can't escape the feeling that the abyss is still out there, waiting to awaken once more.